there, my name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And normally we call these videos, what's it called again? Rumour Patrol. Maybe I should have thought that before I started the video. Normally we call these videos Rumour Patrol. Well, there's actually some news. No news about the actual production of the current Doctor Who, but news that we are actually getting 7 good episodes of Doctor Who this year. Amazing though it may seem. So we're going to be talking about that in a minute. We can talk about a lot of things. There's just a lot of stuff going down. So I thought we'd just make one video kind of wrapping everything up, keeping you informed of mostly lies and disinformation, from what I can tell, right? Or maybe it's true. Who knows? Who knows or dares to dream? You know, whenever you do a rumour video, you do get the crazers come out and go, you said that happened and it didn't. Dude, I don't know. This is just what people are saying. I don't know if any of this is real. I'll give you my take on it if I think it's logical or not. Some things I can see being logical. I could go 2 ways on most things. That's me, baby. That's just me for you. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'd be freaking lovely. Can you hit the share button? Oh, definitely right now. July has arrived, and with the arrival of July, you get into the I think the summer months algorithm where they just choke your views. So if you could do that, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I managed to stay above 3,060, even though YouTube keeps taking them off me, but they keep going back up again. Let's go for 370. Okay, hit the subscribe button if you're subscribed. Make sure you're still subscribed. That'd be really, really great. Comment, let me know what you think. Oh man, it's Sunday mornings. I always got a ton of comments to answer because I'm offline on Saturday, so I got like 2 days worth to cram in when I finish it. And when I finish filming this video, I got to record another video after that. So it's a busy life, YouTube, and let me tell you, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. And if you want to be super nice, go check out my Indiegogo. And I'm hoping I can actually get some work done on this week. 2 awesome graphic novels. We got Biblical, Bible Stories, 80 Traces of Rationalist Rose. So we have The Imperium, a love letter to Telefancy of the 1960s, and just tons of awesome extras. This great poster, for example, it's a pin-up right now, but it will be a poster. The lovely Leela and whatever her name is from 1 million years BC. What's it got here? Racco Welsh. That's the best. That's the best you're gonna get at me. Racco Welsh. Why are they with K9 in the time machine? Who cares? Who cares, baby? Who cares? Fine. Let's talk about Rumour Review, Rumour Roundup, Rumour Patrol, which I think we all do care about. So, Rumour number 1. When I first heard it, I went, no way. Absolutely no way. There's no way this is going down in any way, shape, or form. But maybe it is. This is from 4chan. I was made aware of this by Noel from the TARDIS Zone, that Tom Baker is returning for season 13 with Jodie Whittaker in Doctor Who. So again, my first reaction was like, no! What? Like, for what? Why does he want to be bothered? Like, what? Well, no way. And then I thought, maybe. This is what I'm thinking. 1 or 2 things, actually. Firstly, that John Barrowman remains cancelled, right? John Barrowman remains thoroughly cancelled. And they need somebody to replace him, don't they? If they're gonna keep up with this cancellation, and I've never seen any hint of moral courage coming out of this production team, right? It looks like they can't use him, but he's very important. Like, whenever they bring him in, they got a bump in the ratings. I think he's kind of vital to the plans. But who do you replace him with in Time Fracture? I think the fast disappearing interactive engines got really bad reviews. They said the set design and everything is all very good. The actual story, a bit bollocks, basically, a bit bollocks. They replace him with was it Alec Kingston, River Song. You can't really do that on the TV because I don't think she will have the same pull as Captain Jack. Captain Jack is very charismatic, right? John Barrowman, very charismatic, will bring people in, right? Will absolutely bring people in. So they need to replace him. Who could replace him? And who would be a smash hit in terms of getting ratings? Tom Baker. Tom Baker reprising his role as the curator. I can see that being a win, right? A total win for this production team. They will be really, really happy with that. And I think it will do the job they want it to do. Would Tom Baker want to do it? I don't know. Listen, he put Jodie into that book, which he kind of ghost wrote, I think. Didn't James Goss actually write it? Doctor Who meets Scratchman. But she was in there, but that was before Jodie appeared, and everyone, including me, was quite optimistic about him. Nobody was upset at all. Well, not many people were upset at all. So. But there's that. So she seems to be a fan, but he seems to be pro, but not. Who knows? But also, he's cracking on a bit. Like he's not as young as he was. Was it 7-8 years ago? Obviously, because time is linear. He's not as young as he was. Would he really want to film it? Who knows? But look, they might do a 3 Doctors type thing and have him in, Perspex cube or triangle, pyramid or something. There's a bunch of things they could do, right? That he will be easier in filming, and I could certainly see it being a win for him. It did actually also tie into another rumor I heard about 4 or 5 months ago, that they were planning on having an interface in the TARDIS, a computer type interface, you have a IE, it was an IE interface. Is IE the right word? No, AI interface. Well, IE is a demonstrative interface, and that was going to be played by Tom Baker, right? I heard that. I'm like, no, but with conjunction. I can see it being possible. Most of these rumors are people going, well, that'll be cool, or that'll be fun, or I want to sound big, so they start one of these rumors. And leaving for us, to work out if there's any credibility of them or not. Is there any credibility to this? What I've said is logical to me, right? It's logical to me that they would want to bring in Tom Baker. Whether it's practical, whether it's going, I don't know. I mean, it would be a bit of a mission of defeat, but I think they kind of thoroughly admitted that, haven't they? Right? Admitted that. Another mission of defeat is how little the current era Doctor Who has any real impact on social media, right? There's no very seldom any trending on it. And we really saw that during the lockdowns, when the current era didn't get a look in, but Doctor Who remained incredibly popular, right? That's the amazing thing. Doctor Who remains incredibly popular, while the current era remains incredibly unpopular. It's really strange, but that seems to be the case. And we saw it again with the announcement that. With the announcement that this story is coming to animation, Evil of the Daleks, which I am so freaking excited about, right? I'm really, really, really up for it. So this was trending. Doctor Who was trending because of this. It's very rarely trending because of the of Jodie Whittaker, Chris Chibnall, Doctor Who. So let's have a quick look at the story. So the first good thing is it looks like it's done by the same crew that did Macra Terror, which I think is one of my favorite ones, Macra Terror, and the Faceless Ones, which I think are the best ones they've done. Faceless Ones particularly good, and it's interesting because now I've got a completely different view of season 4, right? The 67th season. Because they're much darker, creepier stories than I originally thought. So this is the final story in season 4. If you saw, Faceless Ones. And basically, it goes directly into that. Faceless Ones, at the end of that, the TARDIS is stolen, and it opens up with them, Jamie and the Doctor, deep in bromance territory, having got rid of Ben and Polly. Go chasing after it into this weird time travel Victorian Dalek tale, which it's really. I mean, I'm so looking forward to seeing this. Right, I listened to the audio in the 90s with the Tom Baker narration linking it. It's a great story. It's there's a tension between Jamie and the Doctor in it. The Daleks have a weird, interesting, cunning plan. I like the Daleks in the Victorian time. I'm just looking forward to seeing it. And of course, this is a story where Victoria Waterfield is introduced. And I get it. The crazes keep saying she's 14. Why do they keep saying she's 14? Because I said I would like to have sex with Deborah Watling, at that era, who was about 19. Okay, why did I say that? Because I'm a normative heterosexual male. Now, just because I would like to have sex with her, I would also like to have sex with a small group of porn stars. Nothing ostentatious, just like eight or nine. I'm not going to do either of the above, right? Because I want to do something doesn't mean I'm very happily married. In fact, I'm super religious. The only person I ever touch is my wife, like in a sexual manner, right? So yeah, I would like to have sex with Deborah Watling when she was 19. Yes, because she's very, very pretty, right? Very pretty. This is just explaining things for the crazes. But I'm not going to do that. Another good reason, other than the moral constraints that will stop me doing it, is time travel isn't real, right? And I can't go back in time. But even if all those things were if all those hurdles were surmountable, yes, I still find Victoria as well. Deborah Watling, very, very hot. So anyway. So this is by that crew. I'm not going to bother playing the clip they did, but it's cool. I mean, I do like that you see the Emperor Dalek. It does work very well. So let's have a quick look what's on the disc. They got the remastered surviving original episode 2. I love that episode. I really, really do. Telesats reconstructed. Who cares? Audio commentaries. Now that I'm interested in, right? Because I like audio commentaries of episodes that don't exist, and I can't wait to see who's on it, right? And their impressions of this recreation. That's going to be good. The audiobook, basically the book on tape with a linking narration by Tom Baker, written by John Nathan Turner. And I'm surprised they didn't put it in there. Making of and photo gallery. Do you ever look at the photo gallery? I never, ever bother looking at the photo gallery. I guess somebody does, right? But normally speaking, I do not. Fine, so that's the second item of news. The third item of news is Ian Levine. Remember Ian Levine, the fan liaison from the John Nathan Turner years? And I really recommend, I think they republished it under a different name. I think they called it The Life and Scandalous Times of John Nathan Turner. To get an idea of that scene in the 80s which Ian Levine was a part of, right? It was basically, as well as a professional production making a TV show, it was a very, very big social scene with like parties going on at John Nathan Turner's house, which Ian Levine was there. There seemed to be a lot of sex going on, right? There just seemed to be a lot of sex going on in that whole thing. I don't know, but that was the vibe I got. But it also seemed everything was kind of like consensual, and everybody was sort of happy with it. It was look. Have you ever seen was it It's a Sin, the Russell T Davies show? First episode shows you what being gay in London, being gay in England in the 1980s was like. So imagine that with older, fatter people. Basically, that was the scene around the Doctor Who production office. As far as I can tell from reading that book, right? As far as I can tell, and I didn't seem to be anything malicious. But part of that scene, of course, was Ian Levine ended up falling out massively with John Nathan Turner. John Nathan Turner called him the fan glitterati as he led a campaign to get removed, and sadly, getting him removed also got Doctor Who taken off the air. So let's have a look at this. The return of Ian Levine. So Ian Levine, I think he's channeling what a lot of us feel, right? A lot of us feel right now with this tweet. The terrible tragedy of Doctor Who in 2021. Think of the episode, Rose. Everybody old and you loved it. It's true, we did. I mean, I think we're all just so incredibly blown away that it was very British, right? It was so incredible. And I think Russell T Davies really worked hard on making it British. Like, they had them running across London Bridge and the London Eye in the back. It was so British. And yet, it had real American production values. We were all so excited, and it really was. People were just blown away. It became water cooler TV. It was essentially beloved by everybody. It really was. And it didn't get like the high audience numbers that Doctor Who grew into in about the third or fourth week. It had to build up a word of mouth. But it was an incredibly strong, and I think had it been in week 3 or 4, people had a an idea of how good it's going to be, it would have got high, higher numbers. Which is kind of like we see the opposite of that with the Jodie era. Like the more it's on TV, the worse worse numbers get. Right? If they have a run of like 6 episodes, which I think they're doing this year, it's just going to go because people see it and they know it's crap, right? And they saw Rose and they knew it was good. It took a couple of weeks for it to hook on, but by the 3rd week, it was water cooler TV. It was fresh, it was new, it was a smash hit. It was. Just look at the sad, embarrassing, and pitiable state of Chris Chibnall's show. Disgusting. I think disgusting might be a strong word. I'm disgusted. I am disgusted. It's very sad. Yeah, it is very, very sad. So, the fans of this era do not like reality, unfortunately. Really, really don't. And listen, I was a fan during the John Nathan Turner, during the 80s, when we had some legitimately awful Doctor Who, right? And it was reviled, and it was a joke. The last couple of years, by the way, with was it Andrew Carmel, kind of got cool again, right? My whole circle of friends, we were like 18s, between 17, 18, 19, can't remember, who weren't Doctor Who fans, right? They weren't Doctor Who fans, but they everybody started watching it again by Battlefield. They're like, oh, that's cool. It was weird, right? If it stayed on, it would have like developed more of a streak. Oh my God, more street cred. I might have just gone completely off the rails, right? But anyway, the point was, us Doctor Who fans are fine with Doctor Who not being popular. That's if you love the show for itself. If you love the show for its statements it's making, for it breaking the glass ceiling, it not being popular is something that you just cannot cope with. You just hate it in every way, shape, and form. So the first person comes in and says, yet there are millions of people who love the show today, me included. I'm glad you like it, okay? I'm glad. I really am. I have no problem you like it. But the truth is, it's not popular by every metric that we define something. We define Doctor Who as being popular. It now is not. That's just the reality, right? That's just reality. And I'm glad you like it. It doesn't make it popular. Still, we know you loathe it. Thank you for reminding us. It's not just him loathing it. He knows it's loathed, right? It's absolutely loathed because it's really done terribly badly. But then Dan Halley from Facebook, great channel. You should subscribe to that channel if I may say so. Actually, I'm on there late today, so I really should. I really do like the channel. However, he replies, however many people you find agree with you, it's clear by Barb stats alone that it's less than half of the millions did. Yeah, listen, I think it's like it's lost 60% of its audience, 70%. It's lost a lot. I say those words with no relish. Everyone loves a trier until they take the piss. Chibnall tried and failed for 3 years. Times more than up. Afraid. I think it is. And people say, don't you feel bad about being so mean about the current era, about going especially when it's going to be back on TV? Honestly, no. Listen, the first year, they would have a point, right? Because nobody knew how bad it was going to be, right? So give it the benefit of the doubt. That's why I sat on the fence until after Arachnids in the UK, which was turgid, right? It was absolutely terrible. It's like the second year, BBC commissioned it before they saw the results of the first year. Although they saw the results of the first year enough to commission Time Lord Victorious, because they saw how everything was going south. And again, Doctor Who still remains incredibly popular despite this. It's incredible to me. This remains unpopular, but Doctor Who remains popular. But now they commissioned another 8 episodes after they saw the absolute implosion. They got whatever they coming to them. So then, the crazes get crazy. But ratings have been declining since Matt Smith era. Though, surely that can't be on Whittaker. Actually, it's on Whittaker and Chibnall. It isn't. Oh, Danny flogs the dead horse of ratings because it suits his argument. No, it creates his argument because it's accurate. It's actually stating facts that he's basing his premises on. Yes, it suits his argument, and that's why it has that argument. So, the decline, didn't really decline much of Matt Smith. The decline was something like this: Matt Smith, compounding, go a little bit more. Jodie would have gone, like that, right? It fell off a cliff. It absolutely fell off a cliff, right? Except if you get the context of the TV landscape, which is down everywhere. It's down everywhere because the same crap is on all TV, right? Everything is the same on all TV, which is just filling everything with this bizarre agenda that people just are not on board with. People just don't agree with. I'm sorry, and I know how much these crazes want to believe everybody agrees, right? Everybody agrees, but no, these crazes, they just like EastEnders. Wouldn't it be nice to have a character who's just a normative heterosexual kid grow up and be a normative heterosexual like 98% of the world is? No, can't be. EastEnders, they got to be trans, they got to be gay. Like, for God's sake, can you reflect society rather than dictate to society what you want it to be? And that's why they've all lost. Oh, I forgot. EastEnders, Corey's doing much better than EastEnders, by the way. All by people too. No, they're all just follow the same obnoxious philosophy, right? Dan comes back. So now we're reframing the point. Obviously, there are things about the two scenarios that are in common. But in Doctor Who's case, we have a situation where one problem after another is compounded to create current lamentable state of play. That's the thing. The current state of play is lamentable. It just is. Thinking it's anything other is delusional. He may have failed in Dan's eyes, but not others. He's only failed in terms of like objective data. Right? I understand. You have complete faith, Jeff. I understand that you have absolute, complete, rock solid, unshakable faith that is stronger than the facts, right? Yeah. But still, you're working on faith. I suppose Daniel's opinion is fact, though. No, the facts he's stating is facts, right? The opinion he states based on the fact is the opinion he stated based on the fact. So to Jeff or anybody else who's out there, not sure how Twitter and discussion works, the circle on the left of my face, left of my face in it, and my name in bold white above my comments. Those mean opinions. That's very good. So then we just continue to be snarky. Thanks, Dan. I wasn't sure. So glad you. What? I wasn't sure. So glad you cleared it up. I think he's saying I was very glad to clean it up. Worth noting that opinions are yours and they don't represent every fan views. They do. Why would anybody think that? Okay, I do think the majority of fans feel the way I do, but that's my opinion, right? And my opinion, based on facts like this, right? Personally, I think it's unarguable that whilst each of us may have different views on what we find entertaining, broadly speaking, we have proven facts that available that consistent creative and critical failure must look like this. Yes. I mean, just look at it. It's not good. It's not good at all. And then they go back to TV habits have been declined. Yeah, but again, ignoring that the same TV is in everything. The same obnoxious agenda is in everything. And believing my opinion is a fact. No, again, these guys are just like delusional. So Phil over here says, a terrible chatting that fans are stuck in past, rattling their plans, but bleating and moaning, often in capital letters about how they hate the current version of the show they supposedly love, forgetting, of course, the show is constantly changing and moving forward. So again, if the show changed and moved forward to be about a... Let's say the Doctor remained the Doctor, right? And it changed and moved forward and became a very right-wing, Trumpy type figure. That's a change. That's move forward. Would you be waving the flag? Would you be going, oh, Doctor Who? Yay! No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. If it didn't have your agenda, you wouldn't. You wouldn't like it. And this idea that Doctor Who any change is good. No, it's not. If Doctor Who suddenly became a bollock that lived in a glass of water, right? Like just a one testicle floating in a glass of water for 45 minutes, that's not a good change. That's a bad... I mean, listen, I'm open-minded. Maybe they'll make it good. No, they won't. Here's the trouble with being open-minded, right? Neil Gaiman recently got upset because he cast a black actress with their pronouns as Death. Now, Death is a super white character. Like that's the definition. She's a white goth girl, right? That's the definite, and that's the visual representation of that character. If you get a black person play her, it seems to be going away from the comic rather than reflecting it. And whenever they go away from the comic, it's always rather bad, right? So then I saw on Twitter there was some location footage with her. With her in costume, and Gaiman said, "Wait a minute, you haven't seen her in costume yet. You don't know what she's going to like. Oh, maybe they're going to white her up, and maybe it can be completely. I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I saw her in costume. It looked like a black woman dressed as Death. Now, I'm fine. I'm fine if a black woman wants to dress as Death. Well, that fundamentally changes the look of the character. And pretending it doesn't is insane. It's insane. And that's where we are today. So then they talk about how. People, people always freak out about change. No one's ever happy. Everything's legitimate. No. They talk about how people didn't like Patrick Troughton taking over. That may be true, but 2 or 3 weeks in, Patrick Troughton was very, very popular. We all came in with giving Jodie the benefit of the doubt. And that's the fact. We all came in giving her the benefit. I mostly came in giving Jodie the benefit of the doubt, and she squandered it. She squandered all the goodwill. I had a lot of goodwill. I wanted it to work. She squandered it. But yeah, the crazies be crazy. Just check out this crazy tweet here. If Doctor Who not gay, explain this. Well, really, I understand Twitter doesn't give you that many characters, but really? So this is a picture of the first Doctor, played by Dave Bradley, somewhat holding hands, regenerating hands with the 12th Doctor. It doesn't look like they're being gay to me, right? This doesn't seem like a prelude to sucking a cock, no? And I think if you do think that, you're gonna really, try hard to shoehorn that in. Okay, next bit of news. Next bit of news is Doctor Who magazine. Doctor Who magazine. Still no plans for the comic strip to come back. I don't think there's much plans for Doctor Who to continue. The Doctor Who magazine to continue. The circulation is very down. It's got down to about 16,000, which and domestically it's 12,000. They sell another 4,000 abroad, which keeps it afloat because it hits 12,000. It's at cancellation. That's cancellation levels. So the word on the street, the word in the office is Doctor Who magazine has been and has been for about the last year on the absolute brink of cancellation. It's one bad month away from cancellation. So don't hold your breath. For the comic strip going back, they can't afford it. They really can't afford it much right now. It's very clear the budget for it has been slashed because it just doesn't make enough money. Next piece of news is, the people on the right, the crazies, these type of crazies who always scream how they're on the right side of history. They always end up to being perverts, right? They always end up being, sex pests and perverts. So this guy, gives a full, account of, this person who was at a convention. And again, one of these perverts goes through the whole thing, about how this guy was creepy. So what? Who cares, right? I mean, listen, I feel bad for anybody involved, but so what? Who cares? So then this guy got drawn into it. And I feel, upon reflection, unfairly. Now I do not know this guy, Don Martin. He seems really cool, right? I mean, I really got to check out his Doctor Who stuff, right? But he seems like a real cool, genuine fan. He may like the current era. It doesn't matter. He's doing bits of Big Finish, and he's very active in fandom, right? And from what everything I can tell, he seems a genuinely creative and innovative guy who absolutely loves Doctor Who. I mean, again, these two cosplays down here are fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. So because he knew this person, he got drawn into it. And he had to make a statement which just sent him down this rabbit hole of some people accusing him of being complicit, being hurt, whatever. I'm always happy to see people on the right side of history get their comeuppance. I really am. I'm always quite happy to see that because the justice in me likes that. I think this guy was snared unfairly by their unfair rules, right? I think he's a decent bloke. Wish him the best. And yeah, honestly, I really just don't think it was fair. Right? Bottom line, I really just don't think it was fair. Again, listen, we're all very tribal nowadays. We really are. I have no idea what side of the fence this guy's on. It doesn't matter, right? It does not matter. Seems like a decent bloke. Seems he's being vilified unfairly. Seems like he's being connected to a guy who's creepy, who he didn't realize was creepy. And I think he did it. In my opinion, in my completely ignorant opinion, because I don't know what's going on, everything seemed to be, he seemed to be doing everything. I would say the right way. Finally, the final news story we're going to look at is how the toxic media, like these toxic fandoms, franchise, I would say, have been noticed in the world. So this is an article from the Telegraph. I did a video on the other day, and this guy's like bemoaning it, saying, it's all basically saying everything that people who don't like the current era Doctor Who say. Here, let me read this one paragraph. When he's talking about that Jodie Whittaker's leaving the role, so my immediate thought was, who on earth would want to take on this role? Yes, it's been so damaged by Chibnall Whittaker. It's been the world's longest running TV show has had a bad patch over the last few years, lacking both excitement and magic of the Davis years in charge, and the fiendish cleverness of his successor Steve Moffat. Ratings are down, and there is a feeling from some, me included, that the series' essential magic has become shrouded in a sort of drab worthiness. So then, he goes on to talk about the reason for this, which was a reaction against Donald Trump. And let's be fair, that's whatever. And he just goes headline, I think, into Trump derangement syndrome right in the middle, right? They're talking about how Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, they had a black actress play Hermione, and there's some actual real racism behind that. I can understand. So you change things, people are jarred, but it also brings out racism. That's fair. But then he went on to say, like, how the female Ghostbusters was vilified just because people don't like, just because they're whipped up into a frenzy, like an absolute frenzy of bigotry and sexism by Donald Trump, which is utter nonsense. I mean, it just is. It really is. But, like, that's the reason that the Doctor Who is in a bad patch and going through this sense of drab worthiness. Exactly because of that derangement system. But the point is this. It's the normie media. The normie media now is saying what we've been saying for a long time. They finally noticed. Finally noticed. Is there hope? Probably not. Probably not. No, there you go. That's all the rumors and the news I can think. I can think to lay at your feet. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.